Welcome back everyone to At Home Yoga Part 3 with me, Kat, and my lovely assistant Roxy here. One thing I want to note here today, I do have blocks on the mat here, but if you do not want to use them, you don't have to. And if you do want to use them but you don't have any blocks, you can always use some boxes or books or anything that can kind of give you this nice leveled support or little lift in any of the poses here today. Just get creative. Make this practice your own. I'm going to tell Alexa to start some beautiful music for me as I start the practice here today. Coming into a nice tabletop position, extend through the right leg, extend through the spine and the leg, both in opposite directions as you lift the leg up. And as you do so, bring that left foot to touch the right knee. Coming into the other side, we're going to extend. Make sure not to crunch that lower back. Maybe bring yourself into a nice little back bend here as you lift and balance on the right. Exhale as you come down into a nice child's pose with the hands in prayer position behind your head. Relax the upper back here, release the cervical spine, and kind of find some minimal but, if necessary, needed movement through the wrists and the fingertips here. Remember to breathe, settling down, preparing for the rest of the sequence here. Set aside those blocks off of the mat as we bring ourselves into a nice movement, a nice vinyasa cycle here today. Coming first to child's pose without the blocks, we're going to step back into plank position, stabilize here through the arms, really push off as you bring yourself forward and down, chaturanga, all the way down, back bend. Exhale as you bring your body down, inhale back into downward dog. Heels up as you roll back into plank position, chaturanga, and exhale. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, lower the body, and inhale, come back into downward dog. Heels up this time, and tippy toe journey back to the front of the mat where your feet will meet your hands. Beautiful. As you hang out here, kind of teeter-totter your body, find some movement, release the spine, and eventually finding some stillness. Rolling that spine up, tucking the tailbone in first, stack each vertebrae up, take that full inhale all the way up. As you realign that spine, rolling out those shoulders, the head, maybe wiggling out the whole body at the end, leaving the head to be the last thing to rise. Starting our flow. Inhaling in, lift the right leg up into a 90-degree angle, flex the feet, one-legged mountain pose. Exhale as you place the leg back, bring the arms overhead. As you inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist over to the right. Try to balance yourself here, unlike I have here, but it's okay if you come out of it. We'll just take it back step by step. Remember to inhale in, lift, and as you exhale, twist. Find some balance here as you inhale in, back up to center. Exhale, frame the foot all the way down. Keep that front leg in tippy toe position as you drop the back knee, flush the foot. Inhale, reach up through the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, reverse warrior arms. As you stay in this position, breathe. Exhale, frame the foot once again. Coming back up, my leg had completely given out on me here, so I had to take this mini break to really stretch out and breathe through the tight spaces. Lift only the back heel up into tippy toe position as you bring yourself into a nice stable one-legged mountain pose once again on an inhale. Exhale, Samasthiti. Taking it over to the other side. Inhaling in, one-legged mountain pose with the left leg up this time. Exhale, step back into a nice crescent pose both legs now on tippy toes here. Realign yourself if you need to. Stabilize. Find that drishti point to balance. Finding balance here as you are on tippy toes really strengthens the ankles and focuses the concentration. Exhale as you twist open. Remember to really lengthen through the crown of the head. Find the smile. Find some ease. And as you inhale back in, lift the arms up through center. Exhale, frame the foot. You know what to do here. Drop the back knee and foot only, keeping the front leg into a nice tippy toe position. And coming into a reverse warrior with the upper half of the body. Really breathe as you lift the chest here. And as you exhale, frame the foot once again. Inhale, lift the leg up, bringing yourself into one-legged mountain pose. Inhale and exhale, Samastiti. Bring yourself to the front of the mat if you have not already. Use the blocks, the mat. I have a couch here to help me realign the hips over my ankles. Find some movement before coming into some cat-cow body movements. Place your body into a nice neutral position before inhaling in cat. Exhale out cow. Remember to keep those hips above those ankles through these cycles of breath here. Just lubricating the spine here as many times as you need. Eventually, kind of shimmying our legs out open, feet 45-degree angles outwards as you bring your hips down all the way to Malasana. If you need help here like I do, don't feel ashamed to grab a hold of a block, book, or any support to rest your hips on. Prayer positions with the hands in the front of the chest, pushing those elbows against those knees, opening everything up, the hips, the chest. Eventually, coming down onto the mat without the block. Place your feet hips distance apart. I have a block here to kind of help me adjust and measure out here. But if you don't, no worries. All you have to do is make sure that your knees and feet are hips distance apart. If you have blocks, put them beside your feet on the outside as you come into camel pose. We're inhaling in, lifting up through the chest. Really, no crunching in that spine here. Pushing our hips forward, lifting the chest, eventually maybe even dropping the head back. Placing those hands either on the blocks, ankle, the mat, or even onto your hips, whichever feels best for you. And as you exhale, bring your body down onto the mat, hips between our feet. And if you can move all the way down to the mat, go ahead and do so here. Release the upper back, chin away from chest, maybe grabbing a hold of both elbows. Remember to breathe through here, settle the mind and settle the breath. And as you inhale in, slowly bring your body back up to your knees, shooting that left leg back right into pigeon pose here as you melt forward, round the back, release. Breathe into those tight spaces once again, and eventually on an inhale, we'll lift the body up in this position. No crunching in that lower back, really lengthen the spine, and once you have that length, drop the head, bend that left knee. See if you can touch that toe to head, no biggie if you can't, I never can. Rolling over open, so both legs are wide in front of you. I accidentally hooked my hip here, so I'm kind of finding that movement, but settle into this wide-legged position here. Rolling through center eventually over to the other side of the mat, bending that left leg, extending that right pigeon position, and as you melt over the thigh, breathe here as long as you'd like, just releasing, eventually finding some length in the spine as you lift your body up, Maybe even dropping the head back and bending that right leg. Toe may or may not touch the head, and that's totally fine as long as you find length here rather than crunching in that lower back. Exhale, release, fold over, roll back to center. Bring the knees close to your body to give yourself this nice little hug. Love yourself here. Kind of manifest in this position. Listen to the body, what it needs, and what it wants to give you. Rolling over to the right side once again. Boat pose as you balance on the tailbone. Maybe even reaching for those ankles. Remember to keep the spine neutral here, and if you can, widen the legs open, eventually coming down into Buddha Konasana with feet together, chest through the gateways of the arms. Another cat-cow motion with the upper back here to inhale and exhale a few times. Work the kinks out in the body, releasing any other tensions that you might have in the back. Extending the right leg and folding over sideways, extending through the side body here. And release. Inhale back to center, switch legs, exhale, bend sideways over onto the left. This releases a lot of tension through the lower back, so if you need to stay there longer, you're more than welcome to. Close out the vinyasa or the cycle any way that you'd like. Thank you for letting me teach you this little sequence here today. Namaste.